We got a new collection event trailer for Apex today, and this thing was pretty cool. The Lifeline Prestige skin is a little questionable in these patch notes. I don't even know where to begin, so let's just hop in and dive into it all. So the Double Down collection event is coming out on June 25th, which is next Tuesday, and the whole point of this event is that a lot of these legends are cosplaying as each other, at least the event skins, right? As well as Lifeline's Prestige skin, which is called Apex Corrupted, I believe, and this thing is pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of has caustic vibes to it. I'm not sure if that was the whole point, because it's kind of, you know, legends cosplaying each other and whatnot. So if you're a Lifeline main, you know, I hope you like this. This finisher's nuts though, by the way. I mean, this thing is, the Doc Drone has gone rogue. The Doc Drone is tired of reviving the Octanes that push without their team, and it's gone rogue. I mean, it literally pulls out 3 spears and just starts stabbing you. I mean, that is genuinely kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Shout out Doc for the character development though. And then we also have this dive trail that was in the trailer. Kind of mid, just gonna be honest. I'm not a Lifeline player. The Lifeline mains, you let me know what you think about this. You know, like I said, these skins in the collection event, at least the legendary skins, I believe, maybe there's a couple rares we haven't, or very rares we haven't seen, but most of these skins in the event are basically the legends cosplaying each other. As we can see, we have frickin' Revenant is literally, I mean, did you see that? He has cat ears, bro. Revenant is cosplaying as Conduit. He has cat ears. I mean, Apex, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of cook with this design. It's pretty good. That being said, Conduit is the opposite. She gets this really cool, like, Revenant red ninja look for her, which looks really awesome, I'm gonna be honest. It's probably, these two are my favorite in the entire event, if I'm just gonna be honest. And then we have Octane as Alter, which I'm not gonna lie, I know I said those two are my favorite, but this one's just really good too. It's just up there. The masks look really good. I think this is just another very solid skin. They even have the little ear pieces, whatever those things are, that look similar. Even the stim running through his body kind of has that bluish green tint to it that Alter does. And then we look at the actual Alter skin that you see here. This one's okay. I don't like it personally. It's all right. It is what it is. And the last one, which is an unlikely duo I didn't expect, was Fuse as Crypto. To me, this looks just like if I went on Amazon right now and typed in Crypto cosplay, and for whatever reason, I feel like this would be the guy that's doing it. Like, this would be the first photo that I see. I'd probably still buy it. The guy's doing his best, right? It's not bad, but something about it just is more goofy than it is cool to me. Maybe that was the point. Crypto's got the rockin' dad vibes right now. I'm not used to seeing it without the weird chin stuff going on. So this is like the first time I've seen him with it. Is this the first skin with his chin? He looks really good. I'm gonna be honest. He looks like, I mean, he's rocking that dad look. He just has the dad vibe that Fuse does. I'm a huge fan. So the Double Take collection event does come with a prize tracker. None of them have Apex packs for your rewards in this. So, you know, if you're into hollow sprays and banner frames and probably a skin for Valkyrie and the 3030 you're never going to use, then maybe you would want to participate. They do say in the patch notes that quads will be replacing duos for the second half of the season. It's going to be 15 teams of 4 players, and there's going to be loot improvements, so you're not going to be scarce on certain items like we kind of thought there'd be. And I believe also, like solos, you're going to have kitted weapons around the map, so you're not going to have to look for certain items like mags, stocks, barrel stabilizers, things like that. But they did think about everything, which, for example, you know, Mirage decoys will now show 4 squad members when dropping from the dropship. Valkyrie's ult will now allow up to 3 additional squad members to attach. I guarantee you there's going to be an exploit or a glitch with that. Can't wait to see it. Vantage's passive can spot the armor of all enemy teammates when an ADS, so it's just going to be an extra slot. And Loba's ultimate has UI support to support a 4th player. There's going to be lots of bugs with this quads mode. I don't know what they're going to be, but I can't wait to show them. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I'll show you those, so make sure to do that. Another small thing they mentioned in these patch notes is the solos is actually going to come back from July 9th to July 22nd for 2 weeks. So the second that this LTM ends, or this event ends, I believe, we're going to have solos back. I think Apex, like, it's so weird with how they're doing these LTMs. Like, you're giving modes that the community's always wanted, but you're only bringing them back for a certain amount of time. Why can't we just slot solos in for, I don't know, the rest of forever? And maybe if quads goes well, we also put in quads. Like, every battle royale that you're competing with, all the BRs people are playing, you can play the game in whatever format you want. And by that, I mean, like, if you want to play by yourself, you can. Oh, only one friend's on, solos time. Oh, you got a whole squad, quads time. And they got a bunch of mixtape stuff that, if I'm being honest, I don't know why does anybody actually, like, care about mixtape that much to know, like, the future of the game mode to the end of the season? Because I personally don't. One more tidbit I think is important to mention is the last 3 to 4 days of the season are going to be something called Ranked Rumble. And I can tell you most people are not going to be happy with this. But it says, finish off your ranked season by finding out who takes the top in our very first Ranked Rumble from August 3rd to August 6th. People's Bangalore's regular rank season will be shorter when Ranked Rumble takes over, but this is all about the best of the best. Each ranked tier will qualify for their very own leaderboard, with each one having a unique badge that can be earned. So if you want to, get a badge that probably doesn't do a whole lot because, Respawn is allergic to good rewards, you can play in this for the last 3 days of the season instead of, I don't know, pushing for the rank you actually want. I mean, you need to worry about Ranked Rumble coming in and ruining your rank grind for the last couple days of the season. Get your rank now, don't wait, because you're going to be dealing with this BS and it's just not going to be fun. It's going to be even more cheaters, even more teaming to get a badge that, no one really even cares about at the end of the day. So let's get on to the actual patch notes that people want to talk about, which are legend changes and weapon changes. The biggest one by far is the Havoc nerf. The Havoc is finally being nerfed like we mentioned, but they're not changing the damage numbers. All they're doing is changing the mag sizes, which people think are still too much, but I think this is absolutely needed. But the base Havoc is now going to have 20 bullets instead of 24. The white mag is going to have 24 instead of 28. Blue mag 28 instead of 32, and the purple mag the 32 instead of 36. The G7 Scout is also getting a nice little buff. Damage is being increased from 32 to 33, and the rate of fire is also getting a buff. And adjusted recoil to be more consistent when firing at max range. There always seems to be some kind of new marksman weapon that the pros are going to abuse. We're probably going to see a Volt G7 Scout meta or something in the next LGS. Come back to this video, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm totally wrong. The longbow is getting a nice little headshot multiplier increase, going up from 2.15 to 2.25. R9's also getting a small buff to reduce hipfire randomness. Not really entirely sure what that means, but one of the funniest things that I love about this change in the patch notes is weapon rarity sets. The Peacekeeper will now have an HCOG, and honestly, that's just like the weirdest sight to have for the Peacekeeper, so I'm glad that's being changed. Also, that annoying crypto and Ultimata we kept seeing being run towards the beginning of this season is pretty much dead in the water, as anybody who goes through the Void Passage will now be affected by crypto EMPs. So you can't just, time it up perfectly and just decimate a squad hiding. You can't do that anymore. So, and probably the biggest one with Bangalore and Bloodhound receiving more nerfs because, Respawn just looks at the LGS and says, oh, what's being used? Oh, these two guys still? All right, we'll nerf them maybe more. So as for Bangalore's smoke launcher, all players within smoke will now have a white highlight visible to other players in smoke within 20 meters. But the dev note says fighting inside bank smoke has never been a pleasant experience for players or viewers aside from you Bloodhounds, as it makes fights messy and hard to read. We are leveling the playing field now by making all players inside smoke clear targets to one another with a white highlight. The highlight is not visible from outside the smoke. All of the rotational and sight blocking gameplay are kept intact. However, while playing inside the smoke will become more clear. And as for Bloodhound, the threat vision is no longer visible through smoke or gas when he's in Beast of the Hunt. But that doesn't end there, Bloodhound mains. I have even more bad news for you. One of Bloodhound's level 2 upgrades, Raven's Blessing, ult charge reduced to 20% as it was 25, and you have 2 new level 3 perks, which I think are really not that great. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not a Bloodhound main, so Bloodhound mains, let me know what you think of these. Your new perks, one's called Sight Sound, which reduces tactical cooldown by 50% while ultimate is active, and Flock, remove enemy range equipment for white Raven spawns. Sometimes even the best teams break up and go their separate ways. Bloodhound's ult has always had a strong synergy with Bangalore Smoke, but the pairing has recently become dominant in a singular answer to the can't see stuff meta. With the removal of threat vision through smoke, Bloodhound will need to rely on their attack scan like other recon legends. This should remove the necessity for the dynamic duo to pair together and allow for new roster compositions to form in its wake. In a couple other tidbits, Pathfinder and Revenant got the exact same buff with their level 3 perk. Tacticals will now refresh on both knocks and assisted knocks within a 3-second window. And lastly, the map rotation for pubs will be Broken Moon, Kings Canyon, and Olympus. So Olympus has returned, and ranked will be Broken Moon, Olympus, and World's Edge. So no KC ranked. I know you guys absolutely despise it, so congratulations. Respawn listened after 21 seasons. But let me know in the comments what you thought of these patch notes, whether it's the map rotation to the changes to Bloodhound Bangalore or your other favorite legends, Havoc nerf, whatever you're into. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comments. And thank you for being here. So good evening, good morning, good night, whenever you're watching. Thank you so much. My name's Griff, and I am out.